Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's racing show is sponsored by Chad Rack Construction. Go hit up Chad Rack for all your construction needs. So tonight on the Josh Nolan and Oliver S. Full Throttle Racing Show, #1 on YouTube, we have this legend superstar, Bandolero superstar, Jackson Jones. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's nice to be here.
So Jackson, let's talk about your racing career. How did you begin on this awesome and amazing adventure?
So, I started out in rental karting. Uh, I think I did 4 or 5 years of rental karting. Then I moved up to Bandoleros, and then next I'm either going to move up to legend cars or late models. So,
Okay. So Jackson, what was that feeling like for you when you climbed behind the wheel of a race car for the first time?
um, well, I was just excited to go fast. Um, it felt like a dream come true. Just excited that I was finally a race car driver.
Okay. So Jackson, how much success have you had as a race car driver?
Um, well, I've won a B main race at Charlotte Motor Speedway. It's a B main win, but it's a win. So, I mean, I've had some top fives, top threes. I had a few wrecks, but I think I've done pretty well so far, and I'll continue to try and do better.
Okay, so with your top fives, top threes, and your B main win, how do you celebrate all that success?
Probably just, you know, ha- like be excited about a good finish. Understand what I did to get to that spot in the race and just use that to my advantage for the next race so that
Okay,
I can know what to do.
so Jackson, let's talk about the story behind your racing number now. Where did that come from?
So both of my parents are from Virginia, and the area code for their phone number starts with 54. So it was for me part to remember where my family is from while being down in North Carolina.
Okay, so Jackson, okay, alrighty. So what's an awesome day at the race shop look like for you?
Awesome day at the race shop. It's probably gonna have to be working on cars, helping fix some mistakes with the car, do a little sim time to learn the tracks, learn the cars, and just being around some friends. That'd be a pretty
Okay,
good day.
okay, so what's an awesome day at the race shop look like for you then?
Um, Honestly, just seeing friends, still helping working on cars, just being around.
So, okay, working on the race cars. What's your favorite job working on the race cars?
Um, I'd have to say probably putting on decals and wraps would be my favorite.
Okay, so talking about decals and wraps, what is your paint scheme for this year?
Well, I'm trying to get some sponsors before we wrap it, but right now I got a picture if you want me to show you.
Sure, sure.
All right, let me get it.
Okay.
So we were thinking about having it look like this.
Okay,
Um,
very cool, very cool. Very
I
patriotic.
obviously have the numbers on there afterwards, but I just wanted to add a little color because other than just being a plain white car, pretty much, wanted to add a
Okay.
little color in there.
So who do you have for sponsors on your racing team, Jackson?
Um, well, I got some sponsors that sponsor the whole team, which is Cobble Speed Shop. Um, Other than that, I'm still trying to find some, you know,
Okay.
contacting
Okay.
people every day, but
Yeah.
it's kind of hard sometimes, but I'm getting there.
Okay. So Jackson, with your racing career, who is your racing hero? Who do you look up to as a race car driver?
Obviously, Dale Earnhardt Jr., the Intimidator, not
Okay.
letting anybody get to you. Um,
Okay, have you ever met like Dale Earnhardt Jr. at all?
never met Dale Earnhardt Jr. or Senior, obviously, too young.
Yeah,
But I did meet Richard Petty once. That was pretty cool.
very cool, very cool, very cool. So Jackson, when it comes to your racing career, where do you see yourself at when about 10 to 15 years down the line with your racing career?
10 to 15 years. I'd want to be in NASCAR, either doing Xfinity or Cup, but I think once I start doing good, get some sponsors, get my name out there, I'll be able to move up. Um, I'd say 10, 15 years, I'd like to see myself winning a NASCAR sanctioned Cup or Xfinity Series race. That's what I
Okay,
would
so
like to be.
who are some of your friends at the racetrack?
Some of my friends are Jack Smith, Charlie Evans, TJ Moon. Uh, there's way too many. Neil Doolin, Penelope Carlisle, uh, Macy Prowl. There's a whole lot of friends. It's a
Okay,
tight bunch.
so Jackson, do you have a racing nickname?
Yeah, it's JJ because I'm Jackson Jones, and it's a, it's pretty easy to say, just short and quick, JJ.
Okay, so Jackson, what's your favorite racetrack you've raced on so far in your racing career?
It'd have to be either Charlotte Motor Speedway or Wake County Speedway. I have a lot of fun there. I've had
So why are those your two favorite tracks?
one, they're both pretty much my home tracks, technically. Um, but I've always grown up watching races and going to races at Charlotte Motor Speedway, and that's my home track. It's 5 minutes down the road, so I just love that track. And Wake County Speedway, it's a fun bull ring, and it's fast, it's quick, don't have a lot of time to react. So it's a fun track.
Okay, so Jackson, are you pretty good about reading the racetrack?
Sometimes.
Okay,
Other time, like sometimes I'll be able to tell if some areas working better than others, breaking points. Um, I I I think I need to get better at that this year. That's something I need to work on. But for doing this for only a few months, pretty decent at it. So,
okay. So Jackson, when it comes to your racing career, then okay, who's all on your racing crew?
uh, we got Tiffany, Chris, Jacob, and Caleb. They four people, but they do everything. They're amazing people. Couldn't do it without them.
Okay, so Jackson, when it comes to okay, you, what do you like to do for fun away from the racetrack?
Um, I like to do iRacing, play some video games. I like to put together Lego sets. I like to collect some die casts. So,
So what? Okay, who's your favorite diecast to collect?
probably NASCAR, IndyCar late models. I really like the way the
Okay,
cars look.
okay. So who's your favorite IndyCar diecast that you've collected?
Probably Marcus Erickson.
Okay, okay. So Jackson, okay. So okay, let's see here. Do you have any advice out there for the kids coming up in the racing world?
Um, I'd just say believe in yourself. You'll never get to where you want to be without believing in yourself first. It's a big part of not only getting to racing, but winning races and doing good. You just gotta believe in yourself.
Okay. So Jackson, all righty. Let's see here. Do you have a racing page that racing fans can follow you on?
Yeah, Jackson Jones Racing on Facebook, and
So
I'm trying to get on other social media platforms, but
so
right
go
now
hit
it's
up
just
Jackson
Facebook.
Jones Racing on Facebook, ladies and gentlemen. So Jackson, do you have any crazy racing stories you'd like to share with us?
Um, well, at Charlotte Motor Speedway, one of my first few races, qualified fourth in the A main, so I was excited about that. Got into turn one. Somebody took it three wide on a track that's pretty tight and short and pretty much took me out of the race. Turn
Oh
one.
boy. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Mm,
So did you get hurt at all or?
No, I've
Okay.
never gotten hurt in racing. I know
Okay.
people say the curse. You never say I've never gotten hurt, but I've never gotten hurt. I'm okay.
Okay. So at this point in my racing show, Jackson, I like to turn the mic over to my guest. If they have a couple questions they want to ask me, go right ahead.
So, what? Who's your favorite NASCAR driver
Okay. Are you talking present or past?
all time?
All time. Okay. Now you're gonna get a kick out of this one. Okay. You like Earnhardt Sr., Earnhardt Jr. Okay. I like them too, but my all-time favorite was Earnhardt Sr.'s best friend back in the day, and that was Tim Richmond.
Why is that?
Because Tim Richmond's the only one that could race door to door with Earnhardt Sr., bump and bang him around on the racetrack, and Earnhardt Sr. wouldn't do a thing about it. And then get at the end of the race, they'd get out of the car and laugh and joke about it.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes total sense. Um, do you like any dirt racing, IndyCar,
Oh yeah, I
Formula
like all
One?
sorts of dirt racing. I like IndyCar racing. Oh yeah,
All right,
my all time favorite IndyCar racer Jackson was Dan Wheldon.
all right. Favorite dirt racer of all time, any class,
Okay, let's go with late models first. Scott Bloomquist.
obviously.
Okay, sprint cars. I'm gonna have to say Doug Wolfgang.
All right, yeah, makes sense.
Yeah,
Um, what's some of your favorite racetracks to go to?
I like to go to Jackson Motorplex. That's a sprint car track now. I've been to that's in my top five, and then Fairmont Raceway is the High Bank Half Mile. It used to be an IMCA track. And then
Yeah,
I've been to the Bruin Super Nationals, which is an IMCA huge race that they have every year during September. It's a 7 day race on a 3/8 mile track with 5 to 6 classes of cars, which they average 1,000 to 2,000 race cars for them 7 days.
1,000 to 2,000.
Yeah, from all over the United States.
That's a lot of cars.
And then my other big track I love to watch is Knoxville, Iowa for the Knoxville Nationals.
Yeah, I like that track.
Yeah,
Um, who's your favorite NASCAR driver present?
present Kyle Larson.
Why is that?
Just because he's done a lot behind the wheel of a race car and he can wheel anything and get the job done.
I mean, yeah, he can drive, Indy cars, midgets,
Yeah.
micros, sprint
Oh yeah.
cars.
Oh yeah.
So very versatile. Um,
Oh yeah.
what are some of your hobbies?
Going to races,
Yeah,
talking to race car drivers,
yeah.
um, playing. I used to play video games, racing video games. That was my big thing. Oh
Which
yeah.
uh, which video game?
Oh, I used to have PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 2. PlayStation 2, I would play the World of Outlaw game on there. PlayStation 3, I would play the NASCAR games on there.
I just recently got the World of Outlaws 24 game, so I
Ooh,
like
very
that.
cool, very cool, very cool, very cool, very cool.
All right. Um, I don't think I got any more questions.
Okay. Do you have anybody else you would like to send a special thank you out to helping you get this far with your racing career?
Um, thank you, mom and dad. You know, all my friends, family up in Virginia. I wouldn't be able to do it without all their support. Um, they motivate me every day to do my best, and they're the world to me. So I couldn't thank them
Okay.
enough.
Okay. And one last question, Jackson. Where are you from?
I am from Concord, North Carolina.
Concord, North Carolina. Okay.
Yes.
So, Jackson, thank you for being on our racing show tonight, talking to us about your racing career, getting to know you a little bit better, and talking about your racing number. Thank you again. I will have you step out. I will call you in a few minutes to thank you on the phone. And yes,
All right. Thank you for having me.
thank you.
You have a good rest of your day.
You too.
Bye.
Bye. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Jackson Jones from Concord, North Carolina, Bandolero driver. Go hit up Jackson Jones Racing on Facebook, ladies and gentlemen. Racing news wise, nothing really to report, really. But other than that, if you would like to sponsor a racing show or be on a racing show, feel free to call us or text us at 712-209-7138, or you can email us at jjnolan151@gmail.com. With that being said, have a good night, everybody.